Welcome to the Church Wheel. We are in just outside of Miami somewhere. Miami. And we're lost. We are lost. Up above us are airplanes coming in for a landing. We're at a warehouse. I'm going to fix the camera because the camera is not good. Camera. Don't mirror the camera. Right there. Clean our lens. Anyway, we are somewhere in Florida. And I think this is the place I'm supposed to be delivering to. But the address is kind of wonky and weird. So I'm supposed to go to building 501, but it's suite 700. So I need to walk around and find the suite numbers. That'd be really sweet. Hey, there's an unmarked van. You think somebody's in there ready to kidnap me? Hey, if they got candy, I'm joining. Okay, that's suite 700, right? 700. Going on a walk. Walkie, 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 walkie. Welcome to the Church of Wheel. Today's show, freaking lost. Hey, we got the wrong text. That was my finger. Trust me. How come StreamYard doesn't abide by my texts? Oh, we don't like that one. I like that one. There we go. Hope the kids are doing okay. I'll read the comments whenever the fuck I feel like it. Let's go. Wait. Okay, automatic comments is on. There we go. Trust me, that's my finger. Or just walking around in public with my finger sticking out. Airplane. Anyway, we are surrounded by suspicious vans. There's a camera. We on camera? Weird place to leave chairs. So, yeah, on the way down here, I stopped in Port St. Lucie at the couple truck stops over there, and they were absolutely packed. There's no way you can't find a parking spot this late in southern Florida. Oh, hey, we got comments. Let me get to your comments, huh? We got Quick Shoe saying, "What's up here?" We're looking for my delivery address. We got Drewski. Good seeing here. Tomorrow, you kids will see you'll see a motor vlog from Valdosta. I'm going to talk to Joe later tonight and try to schedule it. So you kids will see a 30-minute motorcycle video tomorrow. This Walmart life, just stopping in and say, hey, love you, and good night. It's probably not too late where you're at. I think you're in Indiana, so we're going to switch the camera around because you kids like it when you can look at me. What do you think of that? Good lighting. I think I might throw up. There we go. Drew says there's free candy in the van. It's funny you say that because the building, excuse the airplane. We like tracking airplanes. What kind of airplane do you think that is? I'm going to say Airbus. The warehouse right down from here is a cotton candy warehouse, like it's a warehouse for cotton candy. I'm gonna walk around to the front. I hope whoever decides to attack me knows that I don't have safe words. Is that how freelance sexual activity works? I guess when you get abducted, it's not. You don't use safe words when you get abducted. I don't know. I've never been abducted. I've never been accosted. Maybe later in life. I'm still young. Some people say 45 years old is still young. Oh, let me show you kids there's some happy in my vicinity. But yeah, free candy in the van, Drew. I'm going to show you something that'll make most of you smile. Something tells me we're in the vicinity of Ford Mustangs or Chargers. What do you think? I love business parks and abandoned parking lots. Today's a Sunday night, so there ain't much for street racing. But when I used to truck into Los Angeles, I used to. I didn't have to park at the FedEx facility. I used to work for FedEx Ground, driving a semi truck. I could park, down the street or wherever. Half the time I was bringing an empty trailer back up to Reno. So I would park in certain areas where I knew the street racers were going to perform. And down there by the City of Industry, Riverside, all sorts of good places to watch street racing. It is beautiful out here. It's 77 degrees and probably 80% humidity. So I'm going to walk to the front of the buildings here and see which one has the correct name on the door. Because it's Suite 700. The load that I'm hauling is top secret. I can't tell you. And the place I'm delivering to is top secret, so I can't tell you. Okay, so that's the address. I gotta switch the camera around. But yeah, I love street racing. Some of the greatest times of my life was street racing. Good seeing you here, Drew. Plays on Freeway. Speaking of street racers, hey, what up? We're in Florida right now. Hope you're doing good. I know you're still in California, right? Quick Shoe says lost in Miami, better than Stillwater, New York. You're probably battling snow, right? The only snow around here is Cocaña and Lamborghinis, snow white Lamborghinis. Drewski saying nothing good happens in Miami. I've always enjoyed my time in Miami. I'm near Miami. I'm closer to Fort Lauderdale. I'm actually right under the airport. So no drone flying tonight. Drewski saying, "Oh, the Drift Boys have been there." Those were just burnouts. We'll walk back over there. I think they tried drifting in a couple spots. Uh-oh. Our resident hot chick, Bayou Blue, saying, "Hey now, good seeing you here. Always good. Really, it's really, really good to see you in here. Thank you for stopping by. It's not creepy at all." I'm back from vacation. I'm a little lively. Put 400 and I've done 400 and something miles the last couple days. Not a whole lot. Okay, so that's the address. The windows are all painted over. That's not suspicious at all. Pretty sure this is the place I'm delivering to in the morning. Appointment's not till 10 a.m. Like I said, I'm parked in the behind the warehouses where nobody can get to me, where nobody can hear me scream. And I'm a screamer too. Oh my God, you try raping me, I'm gonna scream. There's lizards like all over the parking lot. There's a sign here. Sign everywhere. Sign. Safety is for nerds. Exactly. Can't stand safety, but I love my nerds. No parking. I sure hope those were lizards I seen. You never know. I could be a drug addict. I hear a Challenger. So yeah, cotton candy, fun sweets. Apologies, not hiring and not accepting applications. Oh well. So I'm in the right spot. Let's go walk back to the drift pad. I need to tie my shoe. What am I going to do with my phone when I go to tie my shoe? Where can I set my phone down so I can tie my shoe? I think you just have to sit on the ground, stare at the sky. Drewski's in here. Always good to see you, my friend. Hope you're getting ready for the next camp out. Somebody put the dates of the camp out. I believe it's March, 12th through the 15th. I'm not entirely sure for the Forgotten Angels camp out, right? And Church of Wheel tonight, we're lost. I'm going to tie my shoe. I don't want to fall down and die. I might get taken advantage of if I fall down. As much as I've been talking about being taken advantage of, it's because I'm lonely and I want someone to take advantage of me. Is it still considered rape if you beg for it? Like, hey, take your pants off. And I'll be like, yes, please. Oh, Church of Wheel lost, because we are. Observations from the road. There's no such thing as a trucker shortage. It's all a lie. And I couldn't find a parking spot anywhere for the last almost 100 miles. So we are going to walk to the other side of the parking lot. We are at the right delivery address. We will have success in the morning. And the only downside to all this is if I need to poop between now and 10 in the morning, I'm going to have to get creative. Anyway, back to comments. What your kids paying me for? I'm going to have to flip the screen so I can read comments. Let's leave off with the hot chick. Bayou Blue. Always good to see hot ladies around here. Drewski, I already read that one. Sick bastard. Says word. So yeah, I want to take your vote on something. all of you that are watching. Do I want to use that camera? That one. So, here in the back alley, people have been doing some pretty good burnouts. But they're not really drifts. Because it's not around a turn. So if we come up here and we see the skid marks going all the way around the turn, then we can have a vote of confidence that the drift boys were here. Maybe it was the Tokyo Drifters and their 240 SXs. Or their Toyota Altezas. Okay, I do see some evidence of drift. Yep. A couple of them look like they were brave enough to drift this turn. The lighting's kind of shitty. And then over here by the truck, see, we got, that's definitely drifting. They were drifting. Good on them. It's always good to practice your drifting skills. And over here, you can see they were just doing donuts. Don't waste your time doing donuts. Unless you're warming up your tires, you're just burning money, and there's no skill in doing donuts. Take it from a street racer. Donuts are fun. You know, if it gets your hot chick in the passenger seat to laugh, then it's okay. But it's just a serious waste of. That's an all-wheel drive donut. I'm thinking that's an all-wheel drive donut. So maybe we got the Subaru boys out here. What do you think? But yeah, donuts are it's just a waste. Unless you're doing it to impress your friends or impress a chick, don't waste your time doing donuts. Get those tires spinning. Practice brake control and counter steering and weight shift, weight balance. See, when I see donuts that are more than 50 foot in circumference, that's good. That's somebody that's practicing drifting. But when you see the real sharp circumference where the car is just spinning completely out of control and almost spinning around backwards like these skid marks right here. See these two? The car's almost stationary and just smoking tires. You see it again over here. That's not car control. That's just wasting rubber. But you can take your burnout and make a turn with it. Well, not much longer after that, you'd be a drift star. I used to love drifting. I had a Fox Body Mustang for a little bit. It was an X CHP car. And I welded the rear diff on it. And the third time that I ran the car, I blew the motor. So I had to get rid of it. Then I got back into autocrossing, so drifting. I'm better on dirt than I am on pavement. Always have been. Anyway, let's get to some more comments. We're at the right building. I just don't know which dock is going to be the one that I need to. And I don't know if I should back up to the dock Only because it's a high value load. I don't want anyone cutting my lock and peeling the doors. I'm not going to stand close to the truck. It's making noise. I'm going to answer some comments. And that'll be it for the Church of Wheel tonight because I don't want to stay up all night. I got some more video to edit. Tomorrow there will be a Valdosta, downtown Valdosta motor vlog. Me and the BMW. My 360 cam. I figured out how to hook up the Bluetooth on my motorcycle helmet to the 360 cam. So it worked out pretty damn good. All right, we're back on screen. Welcome to a Sunday. Hope you kids had a good weekend. Plays on Freeway is still in California. That's unfortunate. That's terrible. We got Sick Bastard dropping the hellos. Sick Bastard misspelling safety. But it is third. Carrie's in here. What's up? Good seeing her. It's friggin' hot where I'm at right now. It's like 70 something. 77 and like 80% humidity. It is so Florida right now. And I'm loving it. I got my shorts on. Oh, happy boy. Happy boy over here. Sick Bastard that says the Forgotten Angels campout is March 12th through the 15th. So hold on. We got to edit that. March 12th through 15. I just realized you could probably hear me typing, huh? Oh well. There we go. Forgotten Angels Florida campout is coming soon, March 12th through the 15th. ForgottenAngelsFlorida.org. Let me shut off my notifications. Oh, we're fine. Let me know if the audio is okay. I never even asked. Oh, we'll sit here and relax. Bayou Blue saying a lot. Lizards. I did see one today. I saw one in Port St. Lucie. She's walking around the Pilot. She got out of one truck. She was walking to another one. Usually I've got my head camera, and I'm not in the mood to record today. Oh. And I was like, look, kids, a hooker. And I didn't even have the camera on my head, so I was just yelling at myself. But yeah, been a while since seen a lot lizard. It was pleasant. I was, it's like seeing a 4-leaf clover, David Edwards says, hey, now, why aren't you in bed? Are you driving? Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping while you're driving? Drew says, willing participant. Yeah, it's hard to get raped when you're willing. David Edwards says, now, spell checked. I've got a police helicopter flying up on me. You think they'll light me up? Let me make sure I got the... Look, he's wearing shorts. He's so sexy with the shorts. Who wears short shorts? I wear short shorts. Anyway, off yonder, there's a helicopter. Actually, that sounds like an airplane. I think that's an airplane. The camera is really good on this phone. Picking up the night sky and stuff. Yeah, it's a Cessna. Sounds like a Lycoming engine. Isn't that cool? Like, the camera really picks up the sky, even though it's like almost pitch black out there. That's the sound of the APU starting up on the truck. I got the air conditioning running because I like to sleep cold, frozen, honestly. So yeah, we're back from vacation. Spent 4 days listening to airplanes flying over us. Spent 4 days working on the Volkswagen. Had some minor difficulties. Met a really cool guy that has a Volkswagen shop north of town. Wasted a lot of time talking to him. Wasted a lot of time. I slept in most of the days too. But Volkswagen's fixed. Like it's running and stuff. It's running way too rich. But it's drivable now. And it's not leaking oil. And I didn't bother registering or insuring it right now. I've got to get back on the road. And Friday rolled around and I was like, you know what? I've been working nonstop since Monday. We're going to have some fun today. So jumped on the motorcycle, went and visited Buck and Mom, and then went for a ride down to Greenville, Florida, just past Madison, Florida. Madison, Florida is an awesome town, by the way. So yeah, stopped in Greenville, looked at some real estate, hung out with Ray Charles. That'll be a video in the near future, by the way. He's got a statue there at the park, and I saw the house that he grew up in, and it's a neat little town, very quiet, very redneck. So I might be worried about living there, and because I'm not necessarily going to live somewhere. It's just going to be a place to park my shit when I'm trucking. And to be honest with you, I should just get an apartment, a furnished apartment with a garage would be like, that would make me real happy. I just don't want to throw that kind of money at that stupid I don't want to throw money at anything right now. I need to stay out trucking until March because there's 2 people that I want to make absolutely sure make it to the Forgotten Angels camp out in March. And every day that goes by, it seems like those people might not make it. Not because of health reasons or anything like that. It's just monetary and family and the typical adult crap that gets in the way of us having fun, right? So, yeah, I want to save up my money and just in case I need to pay for people's way, I gotta make sure I can take care of that. So there's a lot of stressors this last week, but I got the Volkswagen running, went for a motorcycle ride 2 days actually. When I came, oh my God, let me tell you the story. Let me get through some of the comments. I know some of you good people have been in here, like Moto Bomb, Sick Bastard, Quick Shoe, David Edwards, everyone saying hi's and hellos. Quick Shoe, my oldest brother is good at power sliding. We called it in the 70s. Yeah, power slide. The cool kids call it drifting. Saw a video, Sick Bastard. I saw a video of a guy destroying a Supra by losing the ass end and going over an island, plowing into oncoming traffic. I've seen that video. I've seen too many car fail videos. I think I've probably seen them all. Oh. Chasing Ghost says, you getting ready for my live. You going live here? It's 8 o'clock. You probably just went live. Drewski says, donuts. Just trade cash for smoke. And tires are expensive nowadays. Even the cheap used tires. Chasing Ghost says, yo. Yeah, Tara's going live, I think. She does it. Oh, today's Sunday. Son of a biscuit. I hope I didn't step on you, Tara. I'm not going to be here much longer anyway. Motobombed saying, Sick Bastard, you feel any better today? I think he's doing okay. I talked to him for a little bit. Sick Bastard says Trackhawk. Oh, yeah, for all-wheel drive burnouts. Could have been a Trackhawk out here. Drewski says, I have an 87 Fox body autocross. Ooh, we are now friends. We are now friends. Do you have any Griggs racing parts on it? I met one of the guys that ran the shop there at Griggs Racing, and he had a drift car he used to run at Willow Springs. It was an XCHP car. Man, loud airplanes. Just put the landing gear down. Flaps. He's throttling up a little bit. I love airplanes. I stare at airplanes all day. Good times. I love autocrossing. SST saying, hey, boys. Hanging out on a Sunday. Drew's got a turbo Miata. Ooh. Is the turbo from Flying Miata? I always wanted to build an Exo set. If you know Miatas, you know what I'm talking about. I always thought an Exo set Miata would be cool. Here's how I would start. I can barely fit in a Miata, but I want an Exo set Miata because I can put the seat wherever the hell I want. And then I want to rip out the motor and put a VR6 turbo motor. I think the VR6 engine sounds really cool. And I think it would be cool on an Exoset chassis. So that's one of my many wild and crazy dreams if I ever get disposable income again. I have child support. Disposable income doesn't exist. Drewski has a minivan. Good times. Which minivan? Wait a second. If you've got a turbo Miata and a Fox body autocrosser, you possibly have a Honda Odyssey. If you've got a minivan, you would have a Honda Odyssey. I don't. If you have a turbo Miata, there's no reason that you wouldn't have a Honda Odyssey minivan. Maybe a Sienna. Maybe a 4th gen Caravan RT. They made those, by the way. Quick Shoe saying good night. Catch y'all later. Good seeing you here. Thanks for stopping by. Motobomb already said bye. He said, fuck you, Sterling. I'm out of here. SST says, like my new avatar. Is that the dude that farted in a GIMP suit? I've been ruined by memes. It's a fart slave face mask. Nice. Chasing Ghosts is doing acoustic. Well, she's already 6 minutes into it, so I need to stop this shit. David Edwards says, none of the above. Not working and not sleeping. Home for a funeral in the morning. Damn, David. At least you're home, man. And you can handle it, and you're not getting pulled from the road. There's a blessing in that. Sorry to hear about that, David. SST says condolences. Oh, he's getting tired. Sick Bastard says frozen. What, are we having internet connectivity issues here? Snorlord, the Metalhead Viking Caveman Trucker, is saying hello. Good seeing you here. Hope you're doing well. Snorlord's been going live more often. He has a new desk and some cool computer setups. So it's been good to see his trucking exploits. And I'm a fan of his dog, too. Sick Bastard saying hi to Snorlord. David Edwards saying hi to Snorlord. Chasing Ghost says, gotta go. She went live. Drewski saying Snorlord, not true. All the cities are normal outside of the cities. Outside of the cities, all bets are off. It's true. That's true. Yeah, most of the cities are third world in Florida, and then outside it gets redneck real quick. So loud. Good seeing you here. Sterling, good evening, bro. Good seeing you here. Hope you're doing well. From the boondocks of, North Carolina? Or South Carolina? I was on the South Carolina border today. Sick Bastard saying hi to So Loud. Always good seeing you here. Motobomb saying howdy to So Loud. Drewski saying no Griggs, Maximum Motorsport. Ooh, good company. I grew up near R&E Racing in Lancaster, California. That shop closed down in the mid 2000s, I think. Used to drag race at LA County Raceway. Used to do the Battle of the Imports with Volkswagens. I really shouldn't sit under airplanes because they distract me. I'm like, oh, look at the airplane. There's an airplane. It's my aeroplane. Motobomb saying hi to Snorlord. Oh, Drew's got a factory Mazda Speed modified turbo. Good on you. Good on you. Those are great cars. Oh, he got me. It wasn't a Honda Odyssey. It's a Mazda 5 van. So, not the MPV. I'll sign off on that. It didn't cross my mind at all that Mazda made a minivan. That's pretty sporty. I'll sign off on that. Rob's neighbor says Sienna or Previa. Previa makes a good drift van, by the way. Rob's neighbor says those are my guesses. He's got a Mazda Speed. He's stuck with Mazda. Got a Mazda 5 van. Mr. B from Como, North Kakalaki. Hope you're doing well. How's the weather up there? I think I escaped the rain. I was right on the border. I was in Pooler, Georgia, just outside of Savannah. And started getting rained on, and I escaped before I got smothered with rain. And we're down here just outside of Fort Lauderdale, kind of close to Miami. 60 miles? Beautiful out here. I can feel the sea breeze. Sick Bastard saying hi to Mr. Bay. Snorlord saying hi to Motobomb. Snorlord got himself a new interface, and I'm dying to hear it. Motobomb said, you said you were going, but we're all still here. No complaints from me. I have a nasty habit of saying, well, I'm going to leave, and then I stay another hour. Mr. B, so where you be, world traveler? Not a world traveler. United States. Left the house yesterday. ran to McClenny to grab an empty. McClenny up to Pooler, just outside of Savannah, Georgia. And then I'm down here in Palm Beach area, something like that. I think it's called Royal Palm or Palm Royal. I think it's Royal Palm Beach. Yeah. So we've been traveling. I've only done 500 miles since yesterday. Only. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Sick Bastard says, Frozen, Sterling wheel, new setting on the Ace. Oh, I love Frozen. If it's 70 degrees outside, I want it to be like 45 in the truck. I want frost on both sides of the windows when I wake up. You know what I mean? Love my air conditioning. We got Gma Ride saying hello on my phone. How y'all doing? We're doing good, Gma. We're hanging out under the airplanes. They're flying over us. Right there. That was a big bird. 757. That was a big bird. I'm gonna have a video premiere with you kids tomorrow with Joe, you, and Rainey. I gotta contact Joe and just let him know what time he wants my video to premiere. We got Hardwire in here, 1%er, saying hi to SB Moto and Sterling Wheel. I saw so many motorcycle riders out. A lot of groups, a lot of crews, a lot of clubs. We're in Florida, so there's a bunch of the three-wheel snowmobile-looking ones and the Polaris slingshot ones, but, you know, it's Florida. A lot of motorcycles out there today. I wanted to roll down the window and be like, I'm a motorcycle rider too. Slow down. Let me ride with you. Oh, I got my motorcycling on yesterday. I did, 250 miles? Mr. B says, here's the link to the largest trucking drug bust in American history. Over 250 trucks seized. Really? I've got links shut off on my YouTube, only because somebody dropped a virus once, and I don't want that ever happening again. Motobomb saying hi to Hardwire. It's always good to see Hardwire in here. G Moss saying hello to Sick Bastard. Sick Bastard's been a little under the weather, but I think he's pulling through. I threatened him with CPR, and he's like, I'm fine. I'm good. Nothing wrong with me. Sick Bastard saying, OMG. Yeah, you should. Could hang meat in that truck. I like a cold room and warm blankets. But yeah, I keep it pretty cold in there. The load that I have in the truck right now, even though it's a dry van load, it's a protect from freeze load, which, since it's 70 something degrees out here, the trailer's set to 62 degrees. So the trailer keeps firing up to bring it back down to 62. It kind of doesn't make sense to leave it running, but you know, I'm ordered by the company to run it, so it's going to run. Salty Badger. How lost are we? Oh, I found out where I'm at. I'm in the right spot. I'm at Suite 700. I found the right building. It's an unmarked building, and I have a top secret high dollar load, so I can't. It's what it is. I'm not too lost. Salty Badger is check out his channel. He's been dropping some motorcycle content, and he's been doing multicam and editing like crazy. He's been doing a real good job on his motorcycle videos. And for all of us that are in the motorcycle community, motorcycle trucking, the realm of Church of Wheel, if I want to drag everyone in, Salty is the best at giving shout outs by far. He's right up there with T-Bone. Recycled Hooligan used to be really good at it too, but he don't really hang around my channel no more. But yeah, check out Salty Badger. He's got some good contents. He's building another choppa. I'm distracted by airplanes. I shouldn't have parked here. Drew agrees with me, by the way. Slingshots and Can-Ams are not motorcycles. Nope. They are motorized vehicles. Salty Badger saying hi to Sick. Everyone's saying hi to Grandma. G-Ma rides. Mr. B says, according to the news, it was over 52 tons of Whoa. 52 tons of meth and lots of other stuff, but they're saying the trucking company had been doing this for years. They've always been doing. Listen, when they get caught, it's usually at the end of any feasible way that they can continue doing business that way. It's almost like I'm an expert. Sick bastard. Does the reefer wake you up when kicking on? No, nothing really wakes me up anymore. I sleep like the dead. Between the APU running and the reefer running, if anything, the reefer shutting off can wake me up. So, I don't know, call this some foo-foo, magical, mystical, fruity, whatever you want to call it. I will meditate before I go to bed and remind myself that the reefer on the trailer is set to either cycle sentry, which is like the air conditioning in your house where it'll turn on, shut off, turn on, shut off, turn on, shut off, and maintain a temperature. But it also has continuous mode where the reefer will slow down and just sit there at a tiny little idle. The thing that wakes me up is the reefer shutting off. So when it's in cycle mode, I have a tendency to wake up for that. But before I go to bed, I try to meditate and just be like, get that thought in my mind before I go to bed. The last thing I think of is cycle sentry. The reefer's going to shut off. Cycle sentry. The reefer's going to shut off. So that's how I get my sleep at night. It works most of the time. I'm big on meditation and stuff like that. SST, I just wanted to see if they'd censor my comment. YouTube has been really tricky on comments. So use numbers instead of letters if you need to drop something spicy. There's no censorship on my channel other than people that have abused my channel. There are keywords that are censored on my channel, and there are people that are blocked from my channel. Alcoholics, number one, alcoholics. Okay. Ex-girlfriends. And assholes all get blocked from my channel. Don't be an asshole. Listen, if you're going to be an asshole, be funny about it. Drewski saying, will you tell us what the secret load was after you drop it? Yeah, I'll mention it. Tomorrow after whenever this gets unloaded. They say 10 a.m., but there's no other truck here, so it's hard to say. Motobomb says, go Salty. Good old Salty Badger. Saying thanks, Sterling. You are welcome. You're doing great on your videos, man. I know you've had a struggle session the last couple of years, like we all have, as far as like content and stuff like that. And last winter was kind of rough for you. I remember that. 2025 was a rough year. It really was. You know, but I don't look at it as 2025 was an obstacle. It wasn't it wasn't a complete and utter loss. You know, it's just an obstacle. Good seeing you here, Salty. Hope you're doing well. SST says, I bet Sterling don't read my comments aloud. Depends on what the comments are. By the way, if you drop a super chat, I'll read it out loud. Salty Badger says, technically speaking, reefer makes a lot of people sleepy. I also hear that it makes people incontinent too. I always wanted to ask Sick Bastard if he wets his pants. Do I need to get him some Depends? Sick Bastard says some. Well, because you drink five pots of coffee a day. Salty Badger says, and hungry. Sick Bastard doesn't have much of an appetite, honestly. When I visited his house, he didn't have Doritos. He didn't have ding dongs or ho hos. Little Debbie was not present in his house. I don't think he's a real stoner. Either that or stoners on the East Coast are different than the ones I knew on the West Coast. I need to contact the government and get a grant to do a study on why stoners on the East Coast don't have Little Debbie hidden away in their kitchen. I'll get rich, I tell you. Carrie says meth does the body good. Cheap freight hauler. Let me know where you're at. I'm in Florida. I know we cross paths quite a bit. Sick Bastard says, always an asshole in the crowd. Oh, by the way, I don't mind caps lock. It makes it easier for me to read. There's no such thing as yelling. I'm the only one that's allowed to yell around here. Cheap Freight Hauler says, hope everyone is having a fabulous day. You were the second person to tell me that today. Key Fob was the first. And it goes a long way. I appreciate it. It was a good day. We did our trucking. And tomorrow we'll get paid. Well, we'll turn in a trip that'll help towards a paycheck that's going to be very short because I took 4 days off. I needed my time off. I need more time off. I need to be able to afford time off. Sick Bastard says 26 starting out devastating. Yeah, Bob Weir. I'm sorry to hear about that, Sick. I know the dead means a lot to you. Sick Bastard says he's a diabetic. Oh, I didn't account for that. Your issues with glucose prevent you from having sex with Little Debbie, which is good because she's underage. You might wind up on an island. Drew says, no Little Debbies? What about Big Deborah's? Big Deborah. Oh, man. Could you imagine? It would be like a 3-pound Twinkie. You know? That wasn't Little Debbie, though. Little Debbie made all sorts of cool stuff. Big Deborah's. Shannon's mom makes amazing treats. by the way. Mr. B says, be easier to open up a daycare center. Oh, what? Are you saying I'm Somalian? Salty Badger says, the Grateful Dead is not very grateful today. Correct spelling, by the way. I get it. Actually, it should be grateful first and then grateful. Yeah, it sucks. Like there's only one surviving member left now, or two. Cheap Freight Hauler says, at the Hoos, hanging out at the Hoos, or are you at the Waffle Hoos? I almost made a motorcycle video yesterday, motor vlog video. I was going to visit every Waffle House in Valdosta. I think there's 5 of them. Sick Bastard says a cuss word violently. Yeah, 2026 is kind of started off a little bit poopy. Cheap Freight Hauler picking up a 3-stop load tomorrow. Georgia, Mississippi, Mississippi. Really? Trucking along the 10, are you? He's hauling the green and yellow adult toys. John Deere. They've got to make green and yellow adult novelties. If not, I'm about to. Salty. Gotcha. Saying, stay south. It's icy as fuck up here. Yeah. You keep sending me pictures of the ice. I don't approve. Listen, I've seen some pretty awful stuff on the internet in my life. But when I see what you're putting up with, it's disgusting. 2-lane reflections. Saying, sup, Sterling? Good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. We are starting off a new week tomorrow. It'll be a Monday. We're 2 weeks into January? Yeah, 2 weeks into January. 2026. Are you still writing 2025 on stuff? I caught myself writing 2018 on something today. I don't know why, but I didn't argue. Sick Bastard saying hi. 2-lane reflections. Salty Badger says, bunch of deadheads everywhere. They're all over the place. Did you see that YouTube short that I did with Sick Bastard? we stepped out of the stupid strip club. And he's like, there's a girl in there. Well, it's a deadhead. She liked the dead. He's such a stoner. Oh. Cheap Freight Haulers running northern Mississippi, running the 20. Okay. It's a little nicer than the 10, right? I think all highways suck anymore. Hell, I was coming down the 95 from Savannah. There's areas of the 95 that feel like fucking Michigan. I had to put air in my seat, prevent myself from barfing. I almost had to grab the vomit bag. Almost had to break over this is your pilot speaking. We're hitting some turbulence over here. Highway 22 and 20. Okay. Sick Bastard says, we're everywhere. I imagine social media is just blowing up right now. She had a Bertha tattoo. Oh, the stripper at a Cafe Risque last week? Drewski said, I haven't had to write the year on something in a long time. I had to sign for this load today, and I put 2018. The security guard was like, are you sure about that? I was like, I better fix that. But it's a high dollar load, so I had to be fingerprinted, driver's license scan, picture, all sorts of stuff. And I was under direct orders to get here. Don't deviate from route. And if anyone calls me, even from dispatch, to say, hey, can you deliver that somewhere else, to call law enforcement. So it's kind of cool, actually. I'm sitting at an unmarked building. There's no business address or nothing. So those of you that have my Life 360, keep an eye on me tonight. I don't know why I just thought that, but I don't know. You never know. I'm not necessarily in a safe place. There's no witnesses, except for that creepy van over there. Huh. I'm not a man of fear. I don't fear. Whatever happens to me happens to me. It is what it is. I can protect myself. APU just shut off in my truck. That means air conditioning's cold enough. I don't know if you can hear that. There's like a Mexican band or something practicing in the background. Yeah, it was quiet for a second, and now the reefer on the trailer is going to fire up. Sick Bastard says, Bertha the Skelly. Salty Badger says, I still write checks. Oh, really? Are you that guy standing in front of me at Waffle House writing a check for his breakfast? By the way, that's the quickest way for me to buy whatever you are. If you're at a grocery store and I see you whip out a checkbook, I'm going to buy your groceries for you just so you get the hell out of the line. So the airplanes that are flying over me are about 500 foot. I could tell when it's a cargo plane because they come in pretty hot. I want to ride on a cargo flight. Those guys fly like crazy. That's why the airplane motors fall off of them. Right? You see the engine that fell off that UPS plane? They finally released the video of that thing falling off. It was crazy. Salty Badger still writes bad checks. Well, you're from Michigan, so it makes sense. Sick Bastard says you're old as fuck. He is. Salty Badger's like 90 something. Metric. He's close enough to Canada to be considered in metric age. Salty Badger says cartel is tracking. Could be. They could be watching me here in the parking lot. So maybe I shouldn't be sitting outside of this building that's unmarked. I'm going to stop the show here in a little. They might even be watching the live show. Be like, there he is. That was our chance. I haven't written checks in 10 years. Same here. No, I wrote a check 6 months ago. I wrote a check to myself for $2,500. And I said, in 6 months, I'm going to cash this check. And I was able to cash it. It went right into savings. Cheap Freight Hauler, somebody other than your company knows where you are? Yeah, a couple people that are on my Life 360. Salty says, sick, you have to have money in the bank to write checks, or at least the best. Oh, somebody got adulted. That's funny. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Sick bastard. They had the Doomsday plane land in LA International at LAX. The Doomsday plane. Mr. B, I can't be out of money. I still have checks left. Oh, that's how you get your picture on the wall of the Family Dollar. I'll tell you that. On the wall of the Piggly Wiggly. Do not accept checks from this guy. He's a salty badger. Don't wanna. Good to see you in here. Hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in quite a while. We're hanging out, waiting to get accosted in the middle of the night somewhere near Florida. Oh, southern Florida. Oh, but I'm going to wind the show down because I've been talking too much. And tomorrow there will be a motor vlog, a motorcycle video premiere. Make sure you kids catch that. I'm going to talk to Joe here in a little bit and see what time I should schedule that program. But thank you for stopping by. Two Lane Reflections. We're going to wind it on down. Dewana saying hi to Motobomb. Mr. B, my grandfather went to prison for writing bad checks. They released him and he went to a car dealership and wrote a bad check and drove himself home. Oh, that felt like a West Virginia story. But you're in North Carolina. Could have been a Tennessee story as well. Chief Freight Hauler, are you checks? You still have checks? I've got a couple. Dewana says, doing good, Sterling. I hope you're doing good as well, sir. I'm doing real good. Just got back from a little bit of a vacation. Everything's going good. Looking at buying a house in Florida. Still thinking about it. The house I looked at. Remind me to stop rubbing my eye. I just want to rub it some more. The house I'm looking at needs a lot of work. And it's very rural Florida. So I don't know how much I want to embrace the life of being completely alone and not having anyone there. I had somebody recently say, just buy virgin land and build what you want. And it's like, that's hard to do when I'm not rubbing my eye. I'm not rubbing my eye. I'm not building an estate. I'm not going to build land and put a house on it and a septic and electric. That can't be done on a single income anymore. America's ruined. And then if you haven't noticed my friggin' tendency to ruin relationships, I'm going to be single the rest of my life. So all I need is a storage unit, my motorcycle, and my car. Sick burn. Sick Bastard says, ask Joe about the FXR, please. I'll ask him if he wants to buy it. Chief Freight Hauler, I haven't seen a paycheck since getting married. Oh, another sick burn. Mr. B says, night all, have a great night and be safe. We're always safe around here, except for tonight. I'm a little worried about getting accosted. I might get shamboozled. There's a storm blowing in. I'm going to have to check the weather, check the radar around Fort Lauderdale. I think there's a storm coming in. I can feel it. Sick Bastard says, checks and balances. Mr. B says, my granddad was from Passaic, New Jersey. Good times. Keep an eye on my truck. Dewana says, hey, I'm from and living in Tennessee. What? And I said nothing about bad check writing and people that live in Tennessee that partake. That's too funny. Oh, I think I parked too close to a tree. It's getting windy. I parked a little bit too close to a tree and it's scraping the trailer. Oh well. Drewski said someone is supposed to bring the FXR to the ride factory. You still don't have it. Well, damn it. Oh. It's going to start raining here in a little bit. I don't want to. Streaming in the rain. We're streaming in the rain. Anywho, I'm going to finish off the comments and get the flock out of here. Good seeing you here, Drew, of course, always. Oh, yeah. Dewana Marshall is doing great, getting closer to graduation for him. Good times. Congratulations. Marshall, when you get out of high school, you can become a famous YouTuber truck driver. Right there. You can drive a truck. Only if you finish school. He's lying. I never finished school. Got my GED. Tulane says it won't be long for long in Florida. What are we talking about? I don't remember. Oh, rural. Yeah, Florida's the new California. Somebody that grew up in California, this guy right here can tell you that Florida has turned into California. Chief rate hauler, I check insurance rates before buying in Florida. Already have. And since it's a house that was built in 1901, and I would basically just have to cover it for full loss. The insurance wasn't too bad. Affordable. Sick Bastard says the white FXR is for sale. That's smart. I say about $9,000 would solve your problems. All of them. Mr. B says, not true, bro. Mrs. B and I got this place for only $15,000. You will not find $15,000 properties in Florida. Not since it became California. And you need $100,000 to improve it. Tulane, I'm going to sell a couple of my bikes. You were saying you had some pretty nice bikes. You were in somebody's live. Were you in Motobomb's live last night? You were talking about motorcycles. Where were you at? In Rainey's live? Where were we at? Wait, Gma? I know you're in the comments talking about you have a few motorcycles. Smoke? Dewana says, I hear weird noises. Good night, fellas. Got to turn in for the night. Much love to y'all. It is almost 9 o'clock where I'm at. Mr. B says, you can do it, bro. I can't do it. There's no way I could. Why would I spend any extra time in my life building a property when I'm on the road 6 weeks at a time? That's stupid. Sick Bastard. One of the biggest scam call areas are near Miami. Yeah, the area code around here. Salty Badger said, Sterling, you still bringing that trailer by tonight? No, it's top secret. There's nothing in it. Sick Bastard says it's off property at one of the Forgotten Angels houses, the white FXR. Mr. B says, I would never live in Florida again. It's not a very great place to live. but I don't live anywhere. I just need a place to store my stuff and work on it. Two Lane Reflections was in Jody's. That's right, Jody's. Jody Genealogy and Backyard Trucker. Two great people. Check out their channel. Yeah, good times. Drew says Florida is the right wing California. Great point. Florida is 1980s California. So, the closest thing they have to Reagan right now is DeSantis. And, Republicans are going to build up the real estate and lower the taxes and all that stuff. And then Democrats will get in here and ruin the state from the inside out, just like they did California. Oh, we're getting politicalese. I'm going to end it right now. I'm ending it all. Thank you for stopping by, saying hi. Hanging out on the Church of Wheel. Tonight's show was lost. Church of Wheel, lost, because I was lost. I didn't know what warehouse I was supposed to be going to. And I think I figured it out. It's an unmarked warehouse with a top secret product that I'm delivering in the morning. We'll get it delivered. We'll get plenty of sleep tonight. And I don't need to eat anything, although I got plenty of food on the truck. We're going to be safe, I think. I might move the truck just so it's not obvious where I'm delivering. I might do that. Anyway, thank you for stopping by, saying hi. As always, appreciate you, kids. Drewski's in the house saying, be safe, Sterling. Don't get shanked. I need to text Joe tonight. Hopefully he's still awake. And figure out what time I'm going to premiere my motor vlog video for tomorrow. Two Lane Reflections. Always good to see you in here. Hope you're having a good night. We'll catch you later. Cheap Freight Hauler. Glad I was able to catch a live. Yeah, a little Church of Wheel on a Sunday. Imagine that. And Sick Bastard says, so long, Sterling Wheel. Good night. And say bye-bye to airplanes. Right there. See the airplane? Tracking airplanes with Sterling. Anyway, I never know how to say goodbye, so I just do it. Let's see. There's a button that I press. There's usually a button. It's that one. Is that the button? No, that's the wrong button. Is that the right button? No. Is that the right button? No. How about this? Nope. That's not it. Is that it? No, it's not that one. Hold on. I know there's another button around here. Oh, geez, I pressed the wrong button. Look at that. Now he's pressing the wrong button again. Terrible. How about this? No. How about that? That'll work. Live or StreamYard. How do I stop the buttons from being pressed? What else is there? I think there's another button. Good night, kids.